Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Rina the Wolf, and today I actually want to talk about why I stopped writing, how I came to writing, why I wanted to be an author, things like that. And I'm not saying I stopped forever, but I have stopped it for a long time, which is not optimal, but let's get back right into the beginning. So I'm actually pretty sure I was still a preteen. So around 10, 11-ish when I first started writing, because one of my aunts, it's a little bit silly, but she also wrote when she was a teenager, just to have some romantic fantasies, things like that. So she found those writings of her and she showed it to me. And I loved them. She never got published. She never had great dreams, but I liked them. And then I started writing. Just everything that came to my mind, I wrote it in Hungarian. And it was a disaster. So I started writing in Hungarian first, like very short stories that were inspired by my life. So nothing extra, and some of my teachers did see fantasy in that. And after that, I had a very, very bad downward spiral. I started writing poems in Hungarian. I even posted them once we had internet, so around circa 2006, 7-ish. So I started posting them. I was very young. I was around like 14, 15. Those poems were bad. It's not only about the rhymes. In Hungarian poetry, rhymes do matter. It was awful. I posted them. I didn't take criticism well. And after a while, I just left it. And I didn't write for a very, very, very long time. Then, so here's the thing. I didn't want to start writing fanfiction at first. I stick to Hungarian for some reason. Maybe, and most probably, because I was just not sure of my English skills. I was still like learning. I had to learn a lot in English still. I was a teenager. I was cringe as hell. So what happened next? I honestly have no idea how old I was, but maybe around like 17-ish, 16, 17, maybe 18 even, when I found a Hungarian website. I'm not going to mention the name, but it was like a role-playing website, and there I kind of like found my people. I uploaded some of my short stories. I felt like I could be myself. I could dump all the gay shit there without any prejudice or judgment or anything. And I did play with several people, and I seriously thought that my writing style and stories were good, and by criticism they were. So after a while, when I was in university, I stopped it. I stopped using the website completely. I do have some regrets, but I also realized that the website had started to lose its popularity, and I also wanted more. I wanted to be heard more. I needed more because that's human nature. So what happened was, and I'm pretty sure it was around 2011 or 2012, fuck, I found fanfiction.net, okay? This is gonna be good. I had this one particular series I really loved called South of Nowhere. And I started a fanfiction about it in English. It was full of grammatical mistakes. The writing style is horrendous. So yeah, I'm checking it. So I started writing it in 2013. I was really young. I was just in university, and it was horrendous. Now, if I take a look at it or just try to check a few chapters. By the way, it was not like a very long fanfiction because I realized that, oh my god, this is so freaking bad. I can't. People can't see this. What were you thinking? Yeah, so the styling was absolutely off. It was seriously off. It didn't last long. It lasted for like 5 chapters. I think in my mind I had way more, but then I realized that, dude, this is bad. This is seriously so freaking bad. And then I left it. And to be honest, since I started uploading it in 2013, it was not that popular anymore. Most probably the reason is that the show debuted in 2005, so I was seriously like a baby gay, and I discovered it a little bit later when we had internet. Back then it was very hard to watch this show in my country. And by the way, if I could watch it now somewhere, let me know, because I really want to rewatch it. So after that, I started writing Life is Strange fanfiction. So I haven't really published anything between October 2013 and August 2015. And when I started writing my first Life is Strange fanfiction, Viva la Hella, the fandom was still so freaking active. And hell, I keep getting back to Viva la Hella because seemingly it means a lot to a lot of people ever since, because people up to this day do read it. Now, first of all, up until that time, I didn't take any writing courses. My grammar was still horrendous. It's even worse than it is now. And still, it went on for like almost a year. It contains 34 chapters. And whenever I published a chapter, people were there saying that this is brilliant, this is so good, please keep on going. And I was like, what the hell? I'm just a girl, like, come on, guys. And then I also published a few one-shots, still Life is Strange, still in 2016. So pretty much after Viva la Hella. So after that, I started to write a new Life is Strange story titled Powerless, mainly because I started writing Viva la Hella between episodes 2 and 3, I think. I had really different plans for Max and Chloe than the developer team. And shit. Yeah, it was different. So even after I finished the game, I had different plans for Max and Chloe, okay? So the thing is, I clearly see the difference between Viva la Hella and Powerless. And it's not only because by that time I started releasing Powerless chapters. I have finished 2 semesters of creative writing, but only because I myself changed a lot. So when I took this course, this creative writing course for 2 semesters, it was held by a published Mexican author, and he said, no matter what you do, try to take something from yourselves to your writing style. And those times, I was still struggling with my sexuality. I grew up in a very small town. Listen, East is East. That's all I'm gonna say. So I was not comfortable with my own sexuality. And then I said, fuck that. So at first when he said this, first of all, I gave it a touch, like I put Hungarian names in my short stories, or sometimes when I felt more comfortable, I did kind of like put LGBTQ characters in my short stories, but I didn't feel good. So when I started writing Powerless, first of all, if you happen to read these, the biggest difference is not only the grammar, is not the style, it's not the extended vocabulary, but the length of the chapters. First of all, when I started writing Viva la Hella, I seriously thought that having like 1,000 word long chapters would be a good idea. And then I was just like, no, it's too short, right? So I really extended the length of the chapters of Powerless. And it went on for kind of a while. And then something happened. I lost touch with the Life is Strange universe and with my created alternate universe. And it was painful because the whole story is still in the back of my head, okay? I still got it. For some reason, I didn't feel good enough to continue. And the thing that I could not upload a chapter a week, it really did hurt me in a way that I just can't explain. But for me, it was painful because I wanted to be there for this community. So no, actually, I could not really follow the views or how many people actually read these stories, because later on, well, really much later on, I also published these on Wattpad. I honestly have no idea when. And at the very same time, I started to use Wattpad for my own stories. And I'm not gonna lie, these stories were dark and not too popular. I was a nobody on Wattpad. The Life is Strange fandom is still here and there. They are mainly reading Viva la Hella, which I'm not supposed to say hate, but I'm not happy about it because I think that's one of my worst pieces I have ever released. Seriously. So yeah, I did release a few stories. I wanted to finish these stories, but I felt like nobody was interested. And then it happened. I don't exactly know when, because I kept published and unpublished this story, but I'm pretty sure I have written this story in 2018. So it was my very first finished book. And the title was Speak to Me. And yes, you can judge me. The story is still very, very, very influenced by Life is Strange. Or to be more exact, by Chloe's character, okay? And I felt good about it. It was not popular. It's still not popular. And then maybe around 2019, or maybe still in 2018, an old friend of mine reached out to me. He said that he has a publishing office right now here in my country. He was currently dealing with another book at the time, but the deal was good because he said most publishers would take money for publishing, which is true. I will get to that later. But he would not take any money from me, and then we can share the profit 50-50. And I was like, okay, dude, let's do it. So things seemed to be going fine for a while. I believed every word he said. I was really, really happy that he loved my book. At least that's what he said. And everything seemed to be ready. I got a new cover for the book, this one, which is okay. We didn't have big plans with it, yeah? And then it didn't happen. He filed bankruptcy. That's okay. I wasn't mad. Shit, I just want you guys know that I wasn't mad at him. Like, having a publisher office was one of his dreams, and it didn't work out, and it's fine. I'm not mad at all. I was disappointed. Of course I was. And then I was looking for other opportunities because I seriously believed that this book is good. So I unpublished it on Wattpad and I went to Amazon. The book sales were horrendous. Seriously, it was. But I could have some publicity for the book when it was free from time to time. But it was a flop. And then then I thought it would not work out. And then a little bit time later, I got a new cover for the book, the current one, this one, which is sort of kind of okay, still could be better, but I'm okay with it. So a new cover didn't help. Marketing was shitty. I could not afford marketing. So I was like, okay, that's it then. I gave up. The book is still on Amazon, and I actually published it again on Wattpad. So after this, I just did not really feel motivated up until a year ago, when I started writing a story which I never finished, never published. It's still there, somewhere in the back of my head. And not long ago, and I'm pretty sure that unfortunately I mentioned this in one of the videos, that I might get back to writing, because now I'm rewriting and revising the Powerless chapters, which was true. But what I didn't realize, when I was writing Powerless, I was in a very different mindset. Back then I was hurt and depressed, and that was what kept me going. And right now I'm on the path of healing, so I'm really concerned that this would actually affect the story. Besides that, I'm still not done with the revising and rewriting parts, and I don't want to leave it at that. I want to keep on going, but what I realized is that I have way too much on my plate right now. I have a 9-to-5 job. I got back to streaming. I have YouTube. And sometimes I do have to relax. And besides that, I am still into programming and drawing, and I don't have the time for everything I want right now. So yes, temporarily I did have stopped writing, but it doesn't mean I'm giving up. I really want to get back to it sometime. And to be completely honest, if I won the lottery, could move out, have my very own house and studio for everything I want to do, and if I had this 24-hour a day in which I can do whatever I want, I would definitely give more time to writing, to music, to YouTube, to streaming, to everything I want. But this is not the case for the time being. And this is one of my biggest flaws. I'm interested in way too many things. And I am working on that part, okay? I really am working on that part as well. But for now, I am still looking for inspiration. I will share the links below in the description, guys, if you want to take a look at the books, the stories, I will also include the Amazon link if you want to support me, because it means a lot to me. And yeah, that's my author journey so far, which is a little bit pathetic. But we know that we can't all be bestseller writers, yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It means a lot to me. It costs you nothing, but you help me a lot with it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.